the most noble among you, the most noble, the highest among you are those who have the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's the true measuring stick of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And wouldn't you think that should be also our measuring stick? When if we're going to assess others, we should not assess them based on male, female, young, old, what tribe you're from, what nation you're from, what race from you're from, Arab, non-Arab, etc., etc. Unfortunately, that's how we assess each other. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us that compass, that measurement based on our level of taqwa, our level of piety. And my dear friends, also in the sunnah of the Prophet and the holy household, in their speeches, and especially in the speech of Khutbatul Jum'ah, to remind myself and remind you all of the impending reality that we like to ignore, and that is, of course, al-maut, the haqiqah of death. This haqiqah that we try to put away. And of course, as we said last week, the thing that separates us from the day of judgment, that reality, that day that we'll all be gathered, of course, it's that death. Because once we pass away, once we die, when we wake up, when we get resurrected, that's it. It's the day of judgment. And so the idea of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala causing us to rise from the death is something that we mentioned last week, as something that we should believe in, that qiyamah. It's one of the usul ad-din. But another idea also related to death is this notion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran, where those who die, right away they wish and they yearn to come back to life. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون. When the time comes, when the death time comes to them, to people, right away they say, oh Lord, please bring us back. Bring us back.